Okay, so in this lesson, we are going to solve for variables in a literal equation or a formula. Basically, we have all these, right? It's just the next lesson in the sequence. This time, though, we are going to add and subtract entire terms. I'm going to change this to entire terms. And you'll see what I mean as we do it. So if we look at this problem, we have a plus b equals c. We're trying to figure out what b is. We have b, we have a, and we have b. So I want to keep the b. I want the b there. How do I get rid of this a, though? In order to get rid of this a, remember this is a positive a, I need to take away a from the left side and take away a from the right side. So I end it with b equals c minus a. All right. Let's look at this next one. In this problem, we're trying to find a. We start off with c and plus ab. Now, in order to do this, we can't really work backwards until we get rid of the c. So your goal today is to get rid of everything that's not in this group. So we're going to get rid of the c, and then we can work backwards. So in this one, we do minus c, and we get ab equals d minus c. Now we can start off go to where we normally are. So we had a, we multiplied it by b, and then we got d minus c, right? So instead of times b, we're going to divide by b. Remember the whole thing, the d minus c, not this letter or that letter, the whole entire d minus c. So divide by b, we get a equals d minus c over b. Okay, next one. Once again, in these problems, it's somewhat it's helpful, or it can be useful to box the groups, the terms. So these are both terms. So in order to get rid of this negative a, because we're finding out what b is, in order to get rid of the negative a, we can add a to both sides. Because negative a plus a is 0, and we get b equals, and c plus a is just c plus a. Okay, in this example 4, let's go ahead and box our terms. We're boxing our terms. We're looking for c, so we got to get rid of every other term first. We got to get rid of the stuff that doesn't touch the c or have anything, we'll keep it like that. So we get negative a plus a is 0. And then we get b, c equals d plus a. I don't know how there it is. Okay. And then we can start here. So I had c, and I multiplied it by b, and I got d plus a. So I'm going to work backwards. So divide by b. Remember, you always want to figure, before you start doing this, you always want to figure out what you're finding, c. That's why I started with c times b. And, I didn't look at it as b times c. I remember, and this one I'm looking for c, so I start with c. That b looks weird. Okay. And then both sides. So c equals d plus a all over b. 4 more to go. So a equals, remember, let's box our terms first. So I boxed my 2 terms. Now I'm going to get rid of anything that doesn't touch what I want. So the a is there. A is here in this term, so I'm going to get rid of this term, minus w. So a over c equals e minus w. I'm looking for A, so A, and then I divided it by C, and I got E minus W. Work backwards. So times C. Now here's the thing. I can't just write this because that just looks like W times C. I need to make sure my answer was multiplied by C. So A equals E minus WC. Now usually they don't write it like that though. Usually they write it like where they put the outside the parentheses before it. So C times E minus W. I'm not going to count it wrong if you leave it like this, but this is the convention right here. Looks kind of weird right there. Let's see. W. So I'm going to box my terms, and I'm going to get rid of the term that's not like part of the W term. So instead of minus AC, I can get rid of that whole thing by putting plus AC, by adding AC. Plus AC. So I get W over Y equals Z plus AC. Now I had W because I'm looking for W, and I multiplied it by Y. Oh, I didn't multiply by Y. I divided it by Y. So I'm going to go backwards using inverse operations. So times Y. But remember, I can't just leave it like this. It looks like AC times Y. I want Z plus AC times Y. So W equals Y times Z plus AC. Okay, example number 7. I'm looking for W terms. So let's box our terms. Okay, and get rid of the term that doesn't include the W. So plus XY plus XY. And I get 5W over 3Z equals G plus XY. So I had W because I'm looking for W. I multiplied it by 5, and I divided it by 3 and then by Z, or divided it by 3Z. So I will multiply by 3Z because I am using inverse operations. Now remember, this is times 3Z, so I need to put this whole thing in parentheses. So 5W equals 3Z times G plus XY. Then I need to divide by 5. And I get W equals 3Z times G plus XY all over 5. This is my answer right here. All right, one more to go. So let's box our terms. Okay. And we are looking for A, so get rid of the other term. Plus 3E plus 3E. So AB plus C over GX equals F plus 3E. Okay, so I had A, and then I multiplied by B. I added C, and I divided by G, and then by X, or GX. So instead of divide by GX, I'm going to multiply by GX. And remember, I should put that in parentheses. So AB plus C equals GX times F plus 3E. Okay, and then, so we got rid of that. So minus C. So we get AB equals GX times F plus 3E minus C. And then divide by B, divide by B, divide by B. Oof. Okay, so A equals GX times F plus 3E minus C all over B. And that is it. Thank you.